The one thing that I wanted to talk about was it looks like Google put out a blog today with the new update for Google Photos. I don't know if any of you have gotten this update. I think I got it for Android. I tried to open up the app and update it, but it already said it was updated, I think, last week. So maybe the update still isn't pushed out for Android, but I ended up getting it for iOS, which is a little weird. And I don't think this is the first time. Usually I'll get updates for some of my Google apps way before I get them. I'll get them updated on iOS before I get them on Android, which is a little weird. A redesigned Google Photos built for your life's memories. So I use Google Photos for everything. I have the Photos app on my iOS. Obviously, that's what it comes with. And it's pretty good for what it is, but I'm always running out of space. I can't spend that much money on more internal storage. So I'll keep everything on the cloud. And that's what I do with Google Photos. So let's kind of get into this. If you notice here, this Google Photos logo has also been changed. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks kind of cheesy. I kind of like the older one better. I don't know if this is, I don't know. It doesn't really appeal to me much. Photos, as always, the main tab contains all your photos and videos, but now you'll see larger thumbnails, auto playing videos, and less white space between photos. At the very top, you'll also notice a larger memories carousel. More on that in a bit. That memories thing is actually pretty nice. It's nice to actually see what photos you've taken on that specific day. Google Photos, every time I open it up now, it'll show me what I've taken a year ago and then 2 years ago. And then I think, at least in mine, my Google Photos app has, I think, photos going all the way back to 2012 or 2013. So I have a good range of photos at this point. Search, as photo libraries have gotten bigger, search has become increasingly important. I've also noticed how good search is on Google Photos. If I'm looking for something in particular, I'm usually able to find it with one or two searches, I think, at most. It's not that bad to find what I'm looking for in Google Photos. And that's kind of accredited to how good the AI has gotten over time. So we're putting search front and center to give you quick access to the people, places, and things most important to you. You'll also find a new interactive map view. More on that in a bit too. So actually, that map view for Google Photos is something that is actually really interesting. I think that's such a neat feature. And I got it on my iPhone before I got it on Android. I haven't seen it on my Pixel 4 yet, which is kind of a shame. A map view, finally. As part of the new search tab, you'll see an interactive map view of your photos and videos, which has been one of our most requested features since we launched Google Photos. You can pinch and zoom around the globe to explore photos of your travels, see where you've taken the most photos around your hometown, or find that one photo from somewhere on your road trip across the country, which I will show you guys in a minute. If you enable location from your device camera, location history, or manually add locations, those photos have always been organized and searchable by place in Google Photos. Rolling out today, they'll also show up on the map view. If you want to make changes, you have the control to make edits or turn off location history and camera location permission. So you can see here, let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. Okay, that's way too big. Yeah, you can just kind of go around and you can see there's like a little heat map for it to see how many pictures you've taken in that certain location or destination. Excuse me, there's pictures of me at the bottom there. That's because I was like trying to record myself eating yesterday. But this is actually, it's really hard to see because wrong screen. Like this is all of Chicago, but what's really cool is, yeah, like that. God, I can't, it's too hard to, and I can't like block light, or there you go. That might help a little bit, but you can see that all of that is just mostly Chicago in there. But what's really cool about it is when you zoom out. So like you can see, I'm trying to block that light. You can see the heat map of my travel from Chicago to LA when I was living in Southern California, when I moved back to Chicago just a couple months ago, back in February. So what's really nice is you can see in the heat map, it's still really hard to see, but you can see the heat map is mostly focused on Los Angeles, and then when I was living there, and then down to San Diego when I was like visiting my cousin, and I spent I think a week there, 5 or 6 days on vacation. But it's also cool because you can just see that heat map go all across the US when I was, because I drove from Chicago to LA when I first moved there, and then I drove from LA back to Chicago when I moved back home. And then you can click on whatever in that heat map to see the pictures. And I don't know, I think it's a really cool feature. It's a little sad that my Pixel 4 does not have this updated yet, and that my iOS or my iPhone has it. And I just don't understand. I don't understand. You would think that Google would go ahead and have that updated for the Pixel right away. And I don't know why they don't do that. That is a little perplexing because I actually was on Reddit and people were saying, like, hey, I don't have it. It's not updated yet. And when I tried to update it on my Pixel, I didn't get it either. The icon didn't get updated. I tried to force close the app and then reopen it. It still didn't have it. I tried to restart my Pixel 4. It still didn't have it. And then I went to my iPhone. I went to the App Store. It said update. So I updated it and I closed the app and I reopened it. And then I got the new logo. I got all the new features. And I'm just like, why do I not get this on my Pixel 4? Why am I getting it on my iPhone first? It's a bit frustrating because, you would think that out of all the devices it would come to first, it would come to my Google Pixel. I don't know. I am not feeling this icon. I don't, it just, I'm not saying that this previous one was the best either, but this, at least the original icon like this, looks more like a pinwheel. This looks like, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. It isn't really doing it for me. I see Jay Chase saying nothing on the Pixel 4 XL. Why? What is this? Watch that. Oh, okay. Jay Chase was also saying, watch the evolution of the icon video. It makes sense and matches the typeface. Yeah, I'm sure they have a point. I will watch it though. I'll take a look and see. I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst. It isn't the worst, and I get it. I like the flat look more than a 3D stylistic look. So yeah, it isn't the worst. I don't know. DB Cooper is in here as well. DB says somehow I'm not surprised. Yep. I don't know. It was funny when I opened the Google Photos app on my Pixel 4. I was like, I wonder if I'm going to get the update right now. And I tried to close it. I tried to open up the Google Play Store, and I was like, okay, it's not showing an update, but maybe it's already updated. Nothing. I force closed the app down. I restarted the phone, tried to open up Google Play again, nothing. So then I was like, watch, let me open up my iPhone. Let me go into the App Store. Sure enough, it says update. I hit update. I close the app down, I reopen it, and then I get the brand new version of Google Photos. I get the whole map view kind of feature, and it's pretty awesome to use. And I'm just like, why, Google? Why can't I get this on my Pixel 4? Will says, because Google prefers iOS. Yeah, J Chase saying nothing on the Pixel 4. Oswin A, I see the new Photos logo, but no update on the OnePlus. Paul is saying the same thing. The update, OnePlus, yes, can't find the map feature. Come on, Google, why? Same old Google Photos on my Pixel 4 XL. Yeah, what's up with that? What is up with that? Yeah, Paul is saying, how strange. No map feature, revamped UI and icon. Levin says, no update on my Pixel 4 XL. Brian says, no update on my 3 XL. Gboy888 says, Google making me feel like a second-class tech citizen with my Pixel. Jay Chase says maybe they're taking their time making sure Pixel users experience is perfect. You know what, Jay Chase? Is that why the Pixel 4a isn't coming out? Is that why they're waiting for October? because they're making sure it's perfect. Because we all know that the Pixel 4 was perfect, right? Deepak says, come on, Google, you don't care of your own children, aka Pixel phones. Sujo says Apple gets updates first because it's most likely part of the search deal they signed to keep Google as the default search. That's a good point. That might very well be the case. And I can see that. I can see Google trying to satisfy Apple, making sure that, you know, they get whatever. I mean, can you imagine how much money that who knows how much money that they make deals on for a lot of this stuff. I mean, it's win-win for both of them. That's why Google is probably first to the ball when it comes to that stuff, because they make sure that they keep their customers happy. And yeah, like Apple is definitely a customer of Google's. Will says, Jerome, iOS is the priority even for Google. And yeah, kind of like Sujo was saying, probably right. Probably makes a lot of sense. Deepak says, Sujo, Google apps are smoother on iPhones compared to Pixels. Team Verizon says, same situation when Skype got updates for iOS first over Windows Phone. Crazy. But you know what? I mean, if you think about it, I would imagine that, well, I don't know, because I don't keep up with stats like that, but is there a place where you can see how much sales are made on iOS versus how much sales are made in the Play Store, on the Google Play Store? Because that might be the driving factor, right? Will says, no, it's because it's simpler to push out an iOS update, and iOS is Google's priority. Google knows iPhones are in millions in the world, while Pixels are a niche product. Will says, LMAO, Android users spend was less on apps, so iOS apps get priority. And I mean, again, that could be the case. Money kind of like, rules with an iron fist for a lot of stuff. So, all right, guys, let's